This is the old ice house in the Eglinton estate, in what's called the Old Wood. This structure here was constructed to store ice and snow compacted together. The idea was that the ice and snow would be used in summertime to keep food fresh in the making of sorbets and ice creams. It may have been used in the game larders, generally anything that required cooling. Usually the ice and snow was not used directly, it was used to create the effect. This ice house had 3 doors to improve the insulation. As it happens, this one wasn't a success. It was built by the 10th Earl of Eglinton and cost about £25 in those days. It was modified to make it more useful at its function, more successful, and it was at one time covered in tiles or slates. This reconstruction very much looks like an igloo and is not necessarily based on exactly what the original looked like. They were often built within woods, and usually the entrance door faced north. Being in a wood seemed like a sensible idea to keep it cooler, but actually often was not a success. The levels of humidity here meant that helped to carry away, if you like, or introduce the heat into the structure. The way they were used was that ice and snow was brought in from the local curling ponds or local ponds. We know, for instance, that a curling pond down by Staincastle had a bitumen base, and that was to make sure that particularly high quality ice could be brought here. The shape of this is not the classic, internally that is, ice cream cone shape. Instead it's more oval. The ice and snow was brought in, packed in, between layers of dead ferns, straw, grass, and that helped it to last for longer. Also sometimes salt was added, and that would make it last a lot longer. So you're talking of several months or possibly up to a year. In good winters, that is mild winters, we know that it was imported. The ice was brought in from Scandinavian countries and brought in via Ardrossan port. Ice houses are a classic feature of all the big estates. There are many examples of them. Most are totally ruinous. As soon as fridges were invented, they ceased to be of any value. In fact, they have led to some strange legends or stories. The ley tunnels, that is, these commonly spoken about underground tunnels that run for considerable distances, such as there's a legend that there's a ley tunnel that runs from Eglinton Castle all the way up to Kilwinning Abbey. Now, because these structures were found within woods, looking rather unusual, with a clear door to the front of them, it was thought by people who were passing by that it was some sort of entrance to a tunnel, and that these ley tunnels may be linked to them. So this one here lay ruinous for many years. These buildings, being functional rather than attractive, were not normally built close to the castle or the manor house. The meltwater was taken away by a drain. So here we have the burn, the bottom, and a drain would run into it, although we'd not be able to locate where the drain is. This is the draft burn.